Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mike from M&R Automotive. I'm super excited to bring this to you guys. We have a brand new 2025 Ford Maverick. We've installed the dual function ditch light kit. It offers amber backlighting as well as powerful white light. So let's review what you get with the M&R ditch light kit. You get a set of lights, you get a wiring harness to bridge them together, and then you also get a set of brackets to install them onto the truck. Let's go ahead and assemble the lights first. Alright, so let's see what's inside the box. So you get the two pods, two cradles, and supplied hardware. Alright, so let me show you how to attach the U-cradle to the light. If you take a look at here, we're going to slide it underneath. Notice that there is a large hole in the middle and a small hole on the edge. So the middle bolt was what mounts the bracket to the light, and this has a slot for adjustability of angle. I'm going to go ahead and slide this under the light. This is going to go in the center, which is the larger bolt. And this is going to go on that slotted side right behind it. And same thing on the opposite side. The larger bolt goes into the center hole, and then the smaller one goes right behind it. And this is how you assemble the U-cradle onto the light. Let's do the same thing to the second one, and I'll show you how to install them on the Maverick. So this is how both pods look like when they're assembled. And now we can go ahead and install the M&R brackets onto the truck. So these are the brackets. You have a D and a P. D stands for driver, P is for passenger. So now we're going to start with the driver side. So first thing we want to do is remove this rubber trim piece. You can just use your hands. It just unclips. And I'll show you the two clips that you have to free up. You have to free up this one and this one. And let's put that aside. So by removing the plastic trim piece, it exposes one 10mm bolt. So we're going to go ahead and remove it. So now that we removed the 10mm bolt, we're going to go ahead and thread it through the eyelid of the bracket, and we're going to reinstall it. And this is going to give us a base for our light. And it's a good idea to have ratcheting wrenches, so that way with little movement you can tighten it. Alright, so that's the driver's side. Let's do the same thing on the passenger. Let's remove the trim piece first. And just kind of pull on it to pry it out. And there's two clips that are held on the bracket. Let's put it to the side. So same thing, we're going to go ahead and remove this bolt, and we're going to reuse it. So now we'll remove the 10mm bolt, and we're going to thread it through the oval, and we're going to reinstall it. I'm going to finger tighten it, and then we're going to use our tool. So now that we installed them in our brackets, we're going to attach the pods to them. But before we do that, I do want to lower the hood. It'll give us a little bit more access to the bracket in order to secure our hardware. So with the provided hardware, we're going to go underneath the cradle. And with a nut, we're going to secure it to the bracket. So using two wrenches, I'm going to hold the bolt in place and secure the nut. So before making the final tie down of this bolt, I do want to show you that you could move the lights to the side to serve as ditch lights and get a wider beam pattern, or you could face them forward based on your choosing. I like them facing forward with a slight angle outwards, but it's all personal preference. Awesome. Let's do the same thing on the driver's side. So now we're back on the driver's side. We're going to use the provided hardware to secure the light to the bracket. So now that these are installed, let's get to the wiring. Let's review what wiring harness you get with the M&R kit. You get two different grounding straps, and you get the main loom of wiring that's going to bridge the two lights together. I have it laid out on the Maverick, so I want to show you exactly how it's going to be. Alright, so on each pod you're going to have its own grounding strap, and one of the ends of the harness is going to be on the passenger side. So on the driver's side you have this Y intersection, which bridges the line that goes to the passenger side, as well as a secondary line that actually goes to the power source. If your vehicle is equipped with auxiliary switches, this wiring harness is going to allow you to tap directly into it. In our case, because the Maverick is not equipped with factory auxiliary switches, we're going to use the M&R wireless wiring harness, which will allow us to connect this wiring to this module without dragging any wires inside the cab, and then we can use this remote to control the on and off function. Sold separately on the M&R website. Let me show you what's included in this kit and how to assemble it, and we'll come back to the truck. If your truck is equipped with auxiliary switches, you can use two different switches, one for the powerful white light, one for the Amber DRL. Alright, so let's see what's inside the box. There's an instruction manual, there's a sticker sheet, there's the actual wireless harness, a remote, a power wire with a fuse, a ground wire, generic L brackets that you can use to mount the module, and you get the charging wire for the remote. So now I'm going to show you how to assemble it. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the 4 screws that are holding the top place of the module. And now you can see all the different circuits. You have 8 different channels. 2 of them are 5 amps, 2 of them are 10 amps, 2 of them are 20, and 2 of them are 30. There is a plus sign here. This is where the positive terminal goes, and this is the ground. Alright, so I'm going to loosen these 2 terminals. We're going to do the positive wire first. We're going to get it underneath. There's a slot here. The main reason you want to do that is that when the top goes on, you can have the wire going underneath it. And we're just going to secure this terminal, and we'll do the same thing with the ground. We're going to go underneath it. Bam. And just kind of route the wire to the side. And now we can secure the ground. So now we're back in the engine bay, and I'm going to show you how to connect the assembled wireless wiring harness. So usually these 2 cables get connected to the positive and the negative terminal of the battery, but in this case the Maverick doesn't have a battery in the engine bay. So if you look right next to the fuse box, there's a little red box. So what this is a positive terminal from the battery, even though the battery is not in the engine bay. So I'm going to open up this box, and if you look at the stem right here, so this stem actually has 12 volts. I tested it with a voltmeter. So we have the positive wire here, and what we're going to do, we're going to stagger 2 nuts to actually sandwich it on that bolt, and it's going to hold the terminal in place. So after testing this rod, it's a 5/16 thread pitch. So I got 2 nuts. I'm going to actually bolt one on, and these are nylon ones, so they're going to be nice and snug. So now I'm going to get a second 5/16 bolt, and I'm going to thread it on top, and that's going to sandwich our terminal from the wireless wiring harness. So what I can do here, I can put this in between the 2, but before we send power to the wireless harness, I like to actually disengage the fuse, so that way there's no electricity going through it. So right now it's in line, so it's showing that there's power going through to the module if it's connected to a ground source and a ground. I want to break that contact. So like this means that there's no power going through it. So now I'm going to take this terminal, put it in between the 2 nuts, and I'm going to tighten it. So now you can see those 2 sandwich nuts, they're holding this wire in place, and it's not loose, and it's providing 12 volts to our wireless harness. So now we have to ground the black wire on the module, and there's a couple of places on the chassis here on the bottom that you can ground it to. Loosen up that 8mm bolt. We're going to slide the terminal underneath it, and I'm going to tighten it. Awesome. Okay, so now that we have the positive and the negative connected to the module, now it's time to pair the remote to the module. So as we turn the fuse back on, now there's power going to it. We're going to press number 5 key 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, and this starts blinking. That means that the remote is paired with the module. So now that the remote is connected to the module, let's go ahead and connect the ditch lights. So now let's go over the wiring of the lights. Each pod has 3 wires. It has the black wire, which is the ground. It has a red wire, which is the power to the main function of the light, powerful white light. And it also has a white wire, which is the Amber DRL. So what we're going to do for the wiring harness, we're going to match the same colors. So for the red, we're going to connect it to the red wire of the wiring harness, and that's going to provide power to our white light. Give it a nice tug to make sure it's nicely crimped. To the white wire, same thing. That's going to be the Amber DRL. And for the black wire, it's going to be our ground, so we're going to use one of the supplied grounding straps. So in order to ground it, we're going to use one of the fender bolts. We're going to remove that bolt, we're going to thread it through the eyelet of the ground, and we're going to reinstall it. Awesome. Let's do the same thing on the driver's side. On the driver's side, same thing. We're going to go red to red. And once again, the red is the powerful white light. And we're going to do the same thing with the white cable, white to white. And the white is the Amber DRL. And for the black wire, that's going to be the grounding strap. So let's go ahead and take out this fender bolt. We're going to thread it through the eyelid, and we're going to reinstall it. Alright, so now that we crimped everything, let's go ahead and put some heat onto those crimp connectors so that way they become waterproof. Okay, so I'm going to tuck these right underneath the trim. and we're going to reinstall these trim panels that we removed initially to mount the M&R brackets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shimmy it underneath it and just clip them in place. That's one. I move the wire out of the way. So as you apply heat here, the connectors end up shriveling and becoming a waterproof connection. We're going to reinstall the factory trim. Just get those clips aligned. The factory trim has been replaced and there's a wire behind the light and the bracket clears. So this leaves us with this side of the harness, and that's the one that we have to supply power to. Let's get it connected to our M&R wireless wiring harness. So we're going to have to use two switches because one of the switches is going to be for the powerful white light and one of them is going to be for the Amber DRL. Because this truck doesn't have auxiliary switches and we're going to be using the wireless wiring harness, we don't need these crimp connectors on the end and we can just remove them. Take off the crimp connectors. I'm going to strip the wiring and we can connect it directly to our wireless controller. So we're going to provide power to the red and white wire, and we're going to choose channel number 3 based on how we want it on the remote. Channel number 3 is going to be the power to the main light, and channel number 6 is going to be the Amber DRL. So the red wire is going to be the power, the main power, and that's going to be this terminal. I'm just going to release it, get my wire in there and tighten it. Okay. And then the white wire is going to go on channel number 6. One thing I want to point out that you could definitely bridge multiple light kits on a single switch. So for example, if I wanted the light bar DRL to be on with the same as the ditch light DRL, you can just put them on one circuit. In this install, we're going to keep them separate. Alright, so now that everything's nice and tight, let's go ahead and test it. So switch number 3 is going to be the powerful white light, and switch number 6 is going to be the Amber backglow. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and got the confidence that you need to install this product yourself. You guys are going to absolutely love it.